Welcome back. We want to let you know what's happening in the country and beyond within the last few minutes of the show. So let's begin with a big story for the entire week and probably into the weekend, the census. And tomorrow is the big day. Yes, we're talking about the national census, which kicks off tomorrow at 6 p.m. on the dot. Well, we have our reporters across the entire country standing by for comprehensive coverage of preparations for the head count, which will continue until the 31st of August. So let's take a quick start in Nakuru, where Marianne Nyambura is now joining us live from there. Marianne, are the preparations on course? Everything okay for the census?
Well, Trevor and Zinzi, that is what we've been informed at the moment, that preparations are top-notch now, considering that it's just hours left to the 2019 census. Now, we understand this is the first census, which is the first paperless census and the sixth since independence. Now, again, this coming at a time when there will be use of technology in recording of data. Again, in Nakuru County, there are over 6,555 enumerators who will just go about that exercise. 6,145 centers rather, and 87 ICT supervisors are those who have been are going to take through that process. We understand again that the county commissioner, or rather Erastus Mbui, will just tell us more. We are with him here. Will tell us more about the process of listing. We understand that in the past few days, that is what has been going on. Well, Trevor and Zinzi, if you are at your houses, you've seen a few of the enumerators come knocking at your doors, asking the name as well as the house number, just to mention, or rather to find out from you how many are within living within that house. So I've experienced that already so far yesterday, but it is a question, or rather it is something that has been ongoing, and tomorrow is the D-Day. Again, we've seen Fred Matiang'i being categorical that this process will ensure that all bars will be closed as from tomorrow 5 p.m. and Sunday 5 p.m. But joining me here just to tell us more about this situation is Erastus Mbui, who's the County Commissioner at Nakuru County. Sir, kindly join us here, and maybe you could start off with the listing process is ongoing at the moment. Maybe kindly take us through that process.
Yeah, the process of listing is usually done just before the actual census, so that the enumerators and those who are involved can be able to familiarize themselves with their listing. I mean their work area, in terms of where they will be enumerating. Those are the actual people who will be visiting you on the night of census. And it is also a part of introduction to those people, so that by the time they are coming to you on the night of 24th, you're already aware, you are familiar to them, and you can be able to open to them without any problem, because they come for pre-listing during the day. Also, they try to get in touch with the homestead or household head regarding the actual time that the household head will be very comfortable with allowing them into their homesteads. So it is a familiarization tour as well as pre-listing, and in the process they are also writing some number at a very visible place, where it cannot be erased, so that it can be a point of reference in terms of coming back to do the actual enumeration.
Maybe in regards to security, of course, we've seen again the county commissioners, different county commissioners, as well as the interior CS insisting that security will be top-notch. In Nakuru County, you've employed over 2,000 security officials. Maybe how will that be, or what is the expectation?
The expectation is that we work closely with the members of the public and those who are being enumerated. Our security operators are quite on top alert at this particular time. We'll be very active, very mobile, and also we will deploy in the real area activities, accompanying the enumerators and those who will be working for the National Bureau of Statistics. And we are sure, and we have done proper preparations to an extent of making us comfortable that we'll deliver without any hitches in terms of security.
Again, in Naivasha yesterday, we saw the enumerators say that they've not been paid for their training, and that will make, or rather they will not continue with the process, with the census process tomorrow. Maybe what do you have to say about that? Any clarification?
Yeah, I just want to correct that was not yesterday. That was on the day before yesterday. That was on Wednesday. and the delays were due to the new payment mode that we have to pay through their bank accounts. It's true that the money had not gotten to their bank accounts by Wednesday evening, but the money had been delivered to the bank that was supposed to be paying them. So by evening, the money was in their accounts. They were later sworn in, and they continued work. Yesterday they were working.
So okay. Sorry.
So it isn't a problem anymore. It has been resolved. But it was not on our part, just hitches of payment through the bank.
Now, we've seen Kenyans saying that they don't need the bars to be closed. It is a decision that, or rather it is something that you mentioned, as well as the Interior CS being categorical about the bars being closed at 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. Now, in the event some of these bar owners don't close their shop, what next?
This is a directive for the success of a national exercise, and we know what happens in bars. And for sure, for any sensible person, really enumerating somebody who is getting intoxicated isn't really the best thing that we can be able to do. We really need to get serious about this exercise, because it is the backbone to our resource distribution and the national planning as a whole. So let's not play around with it, and we will deal ruthlessly with people who will tend to not do as required. It will be like obstructing, yeah, because really a bar or a entertainment joint is not really where somebody who has a family would want to be enumerated that. And more so, we are talking about intoxication and the crucial information that we are requesting people to give. We really need you sober somewhere so that you can be able to be enumerated, and be enumerated giving the actual information.
Lastly, any parting words, parting shot to the county, or rather to the residents of Nakuru?
I call upon the residents of Nakuru to come out in large numbers, in their totality, so that we can also do the actual figures, because this is the only way we'll be able to get an equal share of planning for the government, from the government, through identification and also categorical stating of the figures that we have, so that we don't have any other issues later of saying like maybe that is not the figures that we have, and yet probably there are some people who are left out. We don't want to have people left out and then they later complain, because at the end of the day, even creation of representation areas and also administrative units depends on the numbers. So probably there could be some mergers later because of lack of enough population to sustain them. Let them not shy away from the exercise and later complain that the government is doing things that they didn't want.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, Trevor and Zinzi in studio, that is the County Commissioner Erastus Mbu just telling us more about the preparations, the last minute preparations to the 2019 census. Him saying that there is need for all residents to be sober-minded at a time when they are going to collect all that data. So him asking all bar owners and entertainment joints to adhere to that rule, or rather to that rule given by Interior CS Fred Matiang'i. Him also saying that the issue with Naivasha enumerators has been sorted out and everything is on course. It is a process that will take place since from tomorrow, rather 24th to 31st, and in the next 3 months. Preliminary report will be given, as well as after 6 months the full report will be given by the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics. Back to you, Trevor and Zinzi in studio.
Well, thanks, Marianne. That's Marianne Nyambura speaking to us live from Nakuru, where there seems to be, everything seems to be on course, yeah? So we're just taking a stock take over in the entire country of what's happening. And now we cross over to Kericho.
Yes, our very own Martin Koskei is in Kericho for us. Martin, it's good to see you this morning. How are things on the ground in Kericho? Have the enumerators been paid? Are they feeling confident with the training that they're ready to undertake this census?
Thank you very much, Zinzi and Teresa Umbize. We are now at the County Commissioner's Office of Kericho County, where Kenyans are now eagerly waiting to be counted. Many are just waiting to see how this exercise will be conducted. And maybe we can get a brief from Kericho County, from the Kericho County Commissioner, Mr. Moses Mbaruku, said is just comfortable giving the brief in Kiswahili. Umesema kuna neno ambao sana ungependa kupitisha kwa lugha ya Kiswahili. Tueleze matayarishi katika kaunti ya Kericho ya saa imefikia wapi?
Asante sana. Matayarisho census katika Kericho County yamekamilika. Tumemaliza mambo ya trainings wote, tumefundisha wote wale ambao wanafanya kazi, na leo, jana na leo, wamekuwa wakitembea katika hesabu ya awali ile ya kuangalia maboma, nyumba ziko namna gani, ndio kesho saa 12 wote kwa pamoja wanaingia kazi.
Itakuwa saa 12 ya jioni. Saa
12 ya jioni kesho.
Ni vijana wangapi hasa wameandikwa kufanya zoezi hili katika kaunti ya Kericho?
Asante sana. 2783 ambao 2283 ni enumerators, wale wa kufanya hesabu yenyewe. ICT tuko nao 47 na 453 ni wale wanaitwa contact supervisors, wale ambao watasimamia vijana ambao wanafanya hesabu. Kwa jumla 2783.
Pia kuna hofu kwamba zile nyumba za burudani, najua katika kaunti ya Kericho si nyumba nyingi hasa ambao zinauza pombe, lakini pale mashinani kuna mbinu ambayo mmetumia kwa vile kuna zile pombe ambao zinauzwa pale mashinani ambao najua pia mmekuwa mkifanya vita dhidi yao. Je, mmechukua hatua gani kuhakikisha kwamba zoezi kama hizo zimeweza kusimamishwa na hivyo basi watu wajipate nyumbani mapema?
Ndio. Tumehusisha watu wa nyumba 10,600 ambao walipwi ni kujitolea kuhakikisha kwamba hakuna pahali ambapo kutakuwa na pombe ikiuzwa wakati huo. Pia tuna wazee 2500 wale mnaita wazee wa mitaa ambao bado wako kwa hiyo kazi kuhakikisha kwamba hakuna pahali ambapo kutakuwa na pombe. Hata ile nyingine, hata ile rasmi yote pia itakuwa ikifunguliwa kuanzia saa 12 saa 11 ya kesho tarehe 24.
Je, usalama wa watu utakuwa aje kwa vile ni maafisa wangapi wa polisi ambao mmeweza kuwatoa katika kaunti ya Kericho ambao wataweza kushughulikia shughuli hiyo nzima?
Namna ambavyo nimesema, tuna enumeration areas 2283. Kila enumeration area iko na askari ambao watakuwa wakifanya kazi wakisaidiana na wazee wa mitaa pamoja na assistant chiefs. Sote tuko kwa kazi na tuna magari katika kila location. Tuna magari ya polisi ambayo yatakuwa akifanya patrol kuanzia, in fact wameanza jana, na hii kazi itaendelea mpaka tuhakikishe kwamba census iko sawa sawa. Na Kericho kwa kawaida kwa sasa iko imara, iko smart, hakuna pahali tuna shida, na tunahakika hata kesho mpaka tarehe 31 hakutakuwa na kisa chochote ambacho kitahatarisha exercise hii muhimu ya taifa.
Na mnajua umeona pale kwenye mitandao wa Kenya wakisema kwamba hao vijana waezi kula pale nyumbani, labda wakifika ni wakati wa kukula. Je, wanaruhusiwa kukula nyumbani?
Vijana tumewaambia wale chakula kuanzia saa 10 kesho kufikia saa 11 hakuna kijana ambaye atakuwa nakula. Hata kama atakuwa na hesabu kwao nyumbani hapaswi kupewa hata mursiki. Hiyo tumewaambia hapana. Wakenya wasiwe na wasiwasi, tunajua ni wakarimu, lakini msiwapotezee wakati kwa sababu hatutaki wachukue muda mrefu katika boma zenu tuchelewe kuweka wengine katika hesabu hii.
That is Moses Mbaruku, the County Commissioner of Kericho County, giving us a brief of what will be happening here right in Kericho. With her is the county. Maybe you can just mention your name, just a name only.
Yeah, my name is Lilian Onono, the County Statistics Officer, Kericho.
Thank you very much. That's the County Statistics Officer from Kericho County. This is an event we'll be following up on and giving much brief from Kericho County. My name is Martin Kosgei from Kericho.
Thanks, Martin. Martin Kosgei speaking to us from Kericho. We're still taking a stock take of what's happening across the country. Now we move over to Trans Nzoia,
yes, our
where
very
Collins
own
Shitiabai is standing by. Right? Collins, how is the process going on there?
Good morning, Ombija and Zindizi there in studio. In Trans Nzoia during 2009 census, about 818,000 people participated in that census, but during this year's census, it is believed that about 1.2 people will be participating, but everything is in place. I'll be talking to Trans Nzoia County Commissioner, and also I have the CS Devolution Eugene Wamalwa who will give us a brief. But I'll start with the Trans Nzoia County Commissioner, Mr. Sam Ojwang, to tell us the brief about security and the preparation. How is the security in Trans Nzoia County during this important occasion?
Thank you, Bon Collins Shitiabai. My name is Sam Ojwang, the County Commissioner, Trans Nzoia County. And I want to state with no any doubt that security is in place to the maximum. We have put the necessary arrangements, necessary strategies to ensure that in the 5 sub-counties in Trans Nzoia County, census is going to be secure throughout the period beginning Saturday tomorrow all the way to the 29th. All of us, in terms of national administration, security officers, we will be out there to ensure that the census night, the 2 census nights of 24th, 25th, 26th will be secure. So we want to assure our people that security is there to the maximum, and our census officers, the enumerators, will be knocking on their doors with the village elders. They have identities, so, and they are their own children, so nobody should be worried about anything. All is well in the 2,353 enumeration areas where we have already distributed the gadgets to take care of the census.
Okay. What is the projected population for Trans Nzoia County, and how many households will participate in this year census?
The projection of population, that is with regard to 2009, was 1.09 million, and we are projecting that in this census we will have slightly over 1.2 million people that will be counted in terms of population in Trans Nzoia County. We are talking about, of course, households that are beyond 600 households, more than 600 households in this county. Yes.
How about security officers?
The security officers that we have are adequate to take care of security in this particular place. And in terms of security, we are talking about not only police officers, we are talking about prison officers, we are talking about KWS, and we've put in place the necessary security arrangement to ensure that we have a secure census throughout that period. Yes.
Waziri, you've been here in Trans Nzoia. How is preparation during this important occasion exercise?
I'm happy with the preparation so far. I just arrived from Nairobi this morning, and we had a briefing from the county leadership, and we are satisfied that all systems are in place, all preparations are now complete, and the county has been mapped out. Enough gadgets have been availed. From my briefing this morning, we have almost 2353 areas, and we have over 2,800 gadgets, meaning every enumeration area is actually accounted for, and proper training has been done. We are satisfied, and what we are urging Kenyans is to take this exercise very seriously. The county commissioner has assured me that the directive of all bars being closed will be effected beginning tomorrow, so that as we go into the exercise, people should be home with their families. And I'm very happy to be home with my family today, and we have all come home for this exercise. That's how seriously we are taking it, and we urge everyone to avail themselves. And also just to assure them, as my colleague C.S. Matiang'i assured the nation yesterday, there is enough security, and people should not worry. They should open their doors, allow the enumerators to do their work, so that we are counted. And for me, Census 2019, count me in. Thank you.
Well, that is it from Trans Nzoia County. Back to you, Trevor and Zinzi in studio.
Thanks, Collins. That's Collins Shitiabai speaking to us direct from Trans Nzoia, where now the enumeration seems to be on top gear preparations, like they say. Everything seems to be on course. So it kicks off tomorrow at 6 p.m.